Exercise 16 is geometric constraints, and this is one of the most important tools that you're going to learn how to use, is all these different geometric constraints. Again, you're going to start with a starter file from the LMS called geometric constraints, and these are all done within a sketch on a drawing file, but usually these constraints get used on a part file. So we're going to hit edit, and it tells you what to do. Now, all the geometric constraints, we have two types of constraints. We have numerical constraints when we give things dimensions, and then here are all 12 of these are the different geometric constraints. And again, if you pause on them, they show you how to make them work. Coincident, collinear, concentric, just to fix or lock something in place, vertical, horizontal, perpendicular, parallel, tangent, smoothing something out, symmetric, and equals. So of course, what do we want to do first? We want to make these two perpendicular, so that's just a matter of clicking the two segments and they're perpendicular. Parallel. Now, parallel and equal look different, but that's why they're put in separate places. Parallel is next to perpendicular. So if we want to make these all parallel to each other, now they're all parallel to each other. Next, it says to dimension number 3 to number 2. So I want number 3 to be the same size as number 2. And that was backwards. The order matters. I want number 3 to be the same size as 2. Oh, I forgot to pick the constraint. Equals constraint. I want number 3 to be the same size as 2. Okay, then it says to fix circles 1 and 2. So then I'm going to get the lock, and I'm going to fix the circle, and notice when I fixed them they turn purple. And it says make 3 tangent to 1 and 2. So now we'll go ahead and tangent those two to each other. There we go. Now we want to make the circle tangent to both lines, so let's just click on the 2 lines. That'll make it tangent. Make the endpoints A and B coincident. So one thing you might need to do first, we want them to be coincident with the center of the circle. So I'm gonna lock the center of the circle, even though the directions don't say to do that. And coincident, let's put endpoint A at the center of the circle and endpoint B at the center of the circle. Okay, next says make those circles all concentric. So there's the concentric tool, and that's just a matter of clicking all the circles. They'll all move together. Make those lines collinear. We'll do collinear, and if we click the 2 lines, they should line up with each other. Make those lines horizontal. And all you gotta do is click it and it'll flip to be horizontal. Making the 3 lines vertical, pick the vertical constraint and just click the 3 lines and that'll flip them vertically. Make that an equilateral triangle. Well, that's going to require equals constraint to make all 3 sides equal to each other. Make these circles the same size. That's an equals constraint. Line up the centers of the circles on the same horizontal plane. That's a horizontal constraint. we just click the centers of the circles, that will make them all horizontal. Okay, and those are the geometric constraints.